Now, a new trailer for Ozzy Osbourne Coming Home has been released. The documentary follows Ozzy and wife Sharon's move back to Britain, filmed before he sadly passed away. Well, Jean, I mean, you've spent a lot of time with them. You've seen that first. That was obviously the way they were together.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Sharon's been very honest about that they had a lot of ups and downs throughout their marriage, but towards the end of their marriage, I think they'd settled into this, you know, really, really lovely rhythm. And she quite freely said, oh, we're codependent. I mean, they're just with each other constantly. And, you know, he adored her. And, like, from the minute he would wake up in the morning, if she wasn't in bed next to him, you could hear him. He'd be like, Sharon! He'd be like, where is she? He literally used to say to me, I can't function without her.
That'd drive you mad, wouldn't it?
No, they just have this really...
So 2 peas in a pod.
Yeah, just 2 peas in a pod, exactly. And yeah, I mean, it's just, I just don't know how, it must be just terrible to be without him. I think it's everything that she dreaded and the fact that it was obviously quite unexpected.
Yeah. My mum always used to say there's a lid for every pot, and maybe they were just each other's lid and pot kind of thing. And it's nice to see the little notes and things, isn't it? I mean, I don't know, are you into these little gestures, Colleen?
Any gesture. Yes. Yes, I'm super romantic. I love romance, but equally... Oh, I can't say it.
Are you romantic back?
Yes.
Or do you like it just
No, I love
way?
little surprises, and I love the little notes, and I would do that back. But equally, you know, it doesn't have to be a little note. You know, it doesn't have to be grand gestures.
You mean it could be
different for
I don't
everyone.
need grand gestures of flowers
Just
every
that someone's
day
thinking of you.
Yeah, like we said in the meeting, you know, when someone brings you up a cup of tea in the morning or, you know, don't worry, I'll do that now. All of that is lovely. I
remember Christine always says when she knew Frank was the one for her, he turned up at her house because he was driving the car and he went, I've put petrol in the car.
Oh, I love him.
And she was like, oh, someone's put petrol in my car. You know?
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
Oh, no, I would like that. I would absolutely like that.
That's because you're tight and don't like putting petrol in your own car.
True, yeah.
No, but it is that. It's someone thinking of you in that moment. And it can be one little text or one little whatever. So I
think you put your finger on it there. It's somebody thinking of you. Because sometimes if it's an overly grand gesture, it can be about them rather than you. Where if it's a grand gesture that is... I mean, Gary was one for the great grand gestures, but you were always very much at the heart of it. It wasn't about him, it was about you.
Oh, yeah, no, he was fantastic. And it wasn't just presents, it would be sort of notes and cards and... Yeah, and he got this special book made for me once. So, yeah, it was really nice stuff. Yeah, really nice and thoughtful stuff. Bit, I was about to say a swear word then. Bit rubbish on the cups of tea in the morning, I have to say. I was good at that. Yeah. And we always used to have this thing, because obviously when we were married, we shared a car, and whenever I got in the car, it would be on empty. And he would go, oh, well, the light wasn't on when I was on. And I'm like... It's literally got 4 miles left. The light would have come on 60 miles ago.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I would quite like to have had someone that put petrol in my car, actually, Colleen.
I think you should just have an affair with Frank Lampard.
Yeah.
What about you, Mariella?
Oh, my husband's very romantic. At least twice a year, I think I get a Post-it on the pillow with, like, an X on it.
No.
And actually, in fairness, he's more strategic. He's a lawyer. And I remember when we first started going out, we've been going out for about a month, and I went to Montreal to interview this big A-list, very famously handsome actor. And it was one of only 2 times in the 23 years we've been together that he sent me flowers. And this huge bouquet arrived. And I was doing the interview in my hotel room. The actor was staying in the same hotel. And there was no way you could avoid these flowers. And I actually thought, that was one of the reasons I decided to stay with him, because I thought he was quite clever and scheming. And that's quite attractive in a man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, talking of affairs of the heart, we've got the Corrie storyline at the moment that's given us all sorts of dilemmas to debate. Poor Debbie Webster is in a terrible situation. On Monday night, she caught brother Carl in the act of bunking up with their other brother, Kevin's wife, Abby.
Oh. Complicated.
I know, but she's in the middle, and basically, should she tell Kevin the truth and risk destroying the family, or stay silent to protect him?
I told you she's not here.
I must have just missed her then.
But she's not been here.
on CCTV earlier. Did you tamper with one of the cameras on this floor?
No.
Yes, you did. But I saw her on another one. And I know she came to this room.
We're friends, right? So sometimes she comes to visit.
How come we've not said up to Kevin about Carl?
Well, he needs a chance to get his head straight, doesn't he? And he doesn't need to know you're collecting Websters like Pokemons.
Me and Carl love each other. And we don't want to go public and do that to Kevin.
Abby, I could shake you. It's not right you living there. You need to pack your bags today, or I will tell him.
So it's a great line, that, isn't it? Collecting Websters like Pokemons. Yeah. You're the agony aunt, Cole. What would you do?
Well, it happened to me. You weren't there, were you?
Where were you in that triangle?
So it was, I was seeing somebody, actually living with them for 2 years, and then my sister ended up being with him. Oh, it's like an episode of Curry.
So what was the crossover?
My other sister, Maureen, told me.
Right.
And I kind of knew anyway. You know, you see the signals, you see how they act. Yeah. You know, when we were all there, I thought, I'm not an idiot, there's something going on. Now, luckily, it was at the stage where I was deciding in my own head anyway that I didn't really want to be with this guy. So it wasn't like I was completely oblivious and totally in love and all of that. But it was still very shocking and quite hurtful.
Can't have done much for Nolan family Christmases.
Well, now, here's the thing. We never fell out, ever.
That's amazing.
Because I sat there and thought, he's not worth losing my sister over.
Wow.
And also, a bit snide of me, really. I also loved sitting back and thinking, you two aren't going to last.
Yeah.
And they didn't. And I sat there, I knew it.
She's going to find out.
Yeah, so it was, but at the time, it was quite... It's very hard, isn't it? We're 6 sisters.
You're not very confrontational, though. Either, are you?
I'm not.
I think I would have had something to say.
Yeah.
So who did you feel more... I think you would have had something to say as well, funnily enough. I think you... But, I mean, who are you more betrayed by? The guy or your sister?
Probably my sister at the time. I felt a bit more betrayed. But I don't know. We grew up in that. There's 6 girls, and we all kind of had the same taste in guys. Do you know what I mean? So it was always the difference with me is it was fight to the death when you first met a guy, and then once he picked what sister he wanted, for me they became like a future brother-in-law.
Yeah.
That was it. Cut dead, no thing. But obviously it went a bit further with them too. But it was. I remember seeing her for the first time after I found out, because we were working together, and I was sharing the dressing room. And then I found out, and I just walked in and I saw her go, oh, and she knew that I knew. And I just walked in and went, hi. I went, can I borrow that lipstick? And it kind of just went, oh,
you're a
she
saint.
knew I wasn't going to...
Wow.
No, I just thought, you know what, let him get on with it. He's not worth it.
And the sister who eventually said, confirmed it, was that the right... Because there's often that thing about shoot the messenger, isn't there? And that's why I think we're all very nervous about putting ourselves in other people's, complicated situations.
No,
Were you glad
I think it was right for her to do. She was kind of like the media. It would have been really hard for Bernie. I'm going to say it's Bernie.
Yeah.
It was Bernie. It would have been hard for Bernie to face me, I think. And I think Maureen telling me gave me time to process it before I kind of met up. And we were fine after that, honestly. Absolutely fine. And it didn't last anyway. And then Bernie was happily married to Steve. So it was all good.
Who needs Coronation Street when you've got a Nolan on the panel?
Coronation Street.
Yeah, it would have been boring if it was out, though. Someone just going, yeah, it's fine. That's a rubbish storyline.
That's a great line, actually.
Is it just me going on about this?
Coronation Street, yeah. Well, nobody's got a story to beat that one.